Hey guys, we're back.
Yeah. You thought you got rid of us? You thought we were done? Hell no. We're back. It's good to be back. Let's just say it like that.
Yeah, man. That month break was killer, and we didn't jump back on immediately, but we finally gotten around to it. Our schedules have permitted us to finally start reviewing again, so we're super excited to be back.
Life happens, but fandom never quits. That's what we're here to do. We're here to give you the latest and the greatest, the hot off the presses, that fresh hot pirate action. I'm ready to go.
Hell fucking yeah, yo.
But before we start, let's tell them who we are, man.
We are Journey to Laughtail, and this is one of my cats in the background. I'm Lock Zero, and this is my brother, my boy.
It's your main man, Rev. How's it going, guys?
Yeah. And just really quick before we jump into this, just, if you want to show some support, hit the like and subscribe, por favor. We would greatly appreciate it. We are up-and-comers, trying to break into the scene, so anything would be appreciated. Get us more eyes on what we're doing over here.
And as always, if you guys want to leave a like or comment, absolutely welcome to. We always appreciate new theories, and we'd be willing to discuss them on here too. So keep all the action coming, keep it coming forward. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, man. So with that being said, we are catching up with you guys on chapter 1058, New Emperors. And we start with the cover story of Caesar and Germa 66, their emotionless voyage, and he is trying to capitalize on the commotion going on and get a free ride out of there. So
yeah, at first I thought he was doing something valiant and protecting them, like he has their back and he's shielding them from attack. And then I realized he's just really gripping. Which one is it? I can't remember, but he's gripping one EGG. So he's gripping EGG with desperation. I thought it was oh, I'll help you guys out. It'd be really cool. I'm like, no. On further examination, he's just doing some coward shit. So yeah.
But yeah, there's three main parts to this chapter. We have the beginning with the bounties of the Straw Hat crew, which is always super exciting. We get the bounties, and very, very nice, sizable ones. I don't have too many complaints about this. Was this more or less what you were expecting as far as the bounties are concerned?
Honestly, not really. Some of these are a little ridiculously high. Putting Sanji, Jembe, and Zoro at 1 billion berries. I mean, it's respect, but I mean, it is ridiculous. The jumping is crazy going on right now. The chopper disrespect continues to get me every time. I love it, even though technically his value did increase by 10-fold. So you gotta love it. You gotta love it.
1,000% increase of nothing.
But you know what? Percentage-wise, he's gaining there. He's gaining slowly but surely. And yeah, it's crazy just to see that all of them have gotten bounties over 300 million. It's because for the longest time Luffy's bounty was 3. That was a big deal when he got to 300 million, and that was him at Fishman Island basically. To see all of them at that level.
I think it was post Enies Lobby, yeah, because after the Marineford stuff, he got bumped up to 400. But he was, this is Nami has a Luffy, CP9 bounty right now, basically.
Exactly. Crazy to think. And I'm like, is she stronger than Luffy? But regardless, it doesn't really matter. The fame is there, and these guys all have commander levels now. That's an important thing too. All of them are actually official commanders of his crew. Top commanders, low commanders, but commanders nonetheless. And confirmed, Nami has Conqueror's Haki. So now it all makes sense how she's able to hit Luffy for years. Oda doesn't skip on detail. Man, these details are important. It's all foreshadowing for bigger things.
I'm sure it's very serious and not at all a gag, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe he'll surprise us. So yeah, we have Nami, Brook, and Frankie in the 300 million bracket, and I think honestly Frankie deserved a higher bump than what he got. He did take out Sasaki, and I'm pretty sure didn't they get a bounty for Sasaki of between 400 and 500? I don't know.
I think it was light 400s, but I can't recall specifically. But I think he does too. He's kind of a higher commander level. Frankie's kind of his bounty reflects one of the lower trios, but he's kind of up there. I mean, you could also make the argument Brook too. Brook is no slouch, and he's done some pretty darn impressive things. Fighting Big Mom on occasion. So if I want to get technical, that could be a little disrespectful.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess if I was to group them, I'd put Usopp, Nami, and Chopper in the same realm. and then I put Frankie,
and honestly, Usopp
Robin.
is technically the weakest, I think. So if I'm being real critical of their skills, like I think Nami with the thunder power and Chopper with his crazy force power, I think there's a strong argument that Usopp is definitely the weakest of the whole crew.
Yeah, but yeah, he gets put in his own little special bracket of 500. Robin was the biggest surprise to me at almost 1 billion. But it's not just combat strength; it's actual threat.
Yeah. So they basically stopped the whole war to try and kidnap her in the middle of that, and they're like, whatever happens, just get us Nico Robin, So this does reflect their high respect for her abilities and for the threat level she does possess. So that actually made a ton of sense to me. Plus, she has that badass demon form, So they're probably terrified of that. It's probably gonna tie into something. She's the literal demon of O'Hara. That's kind of wow.
But yeah, then finally, the higher bracket for the monster trio or quartet, however you want to look at it. Sanji being below Jinbei, and they're all pretty close to each other. It's pretty negligible their bounty differences, but he's kind of pissed off about it. Oh, and also the whole Frankie poster thing. Do you think that's significant of anything or leading to anything? I mean, I guess it has to be there for a reason, right?
Probably. He's probably going to be able to fuse with the ship one day and have a mega hyper Guggo cannon or something like that. Turn it into the Frankie Gundam or something. I would not be shocked if we have a Gundam in here later on.
Maybe.
But
in one of the SBSs with the future timeline for Frankie, his bad version is him turning into an actual battleship. So who knows? Maybe there is some credence to that idea of him fusing.
Or maybe it's just a foreshadowing that he'll become a ship, like he'll fuse with the ship, maybe some other ship, not just the Sun. Maybe something down the line. It's just a little hint, he'll be a ship man or something. But do you think it's interesting that they didn't have Yamato's bounty with them? Like maybe the rumor, from the world government's perspective, maybe they're thinking, she's part of the crew or something, and it could be relevant to bring back later.
Nah, and I mean, people don't even know about her. The only people who would have known about her are CP0, because I think they kept her pretty under wraps. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. It doesn't hang me up or anything that Yamato doesn't have a bounty or poster isn't thrown in there either. This next part of the chapter, we have the Cross Guild. Now, this was surprising to me. I didn't think we were going to get into this so quick, given how Oda loves to tease stuff out, but I guess it's more of an indication that we're really, really in the final.
It's wrapping up, yeah. We don't got time to waste around. Information is going to come at us fast and heavy, and I love it. But yeah, the Cross Guild, went as expected. I didn't think Buggy really, got these guys under his wing. I couldn't imagine what sort of convincing argument he could have used. I thought maybe in some world, maybe Crocodile owed him money, so he would have used that to be like, hey, why don't you pay your debts and join my gang? Other way around, and they are just using Buggy as a clever shield. I love it.
Yeah.
I just shit on him the whole time. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, I just kind of jumped ahead a little bit with the idea that they were just kind of using him as a front man so that he could take the brunt of any targeting or whatever. But I didn't really guess that it was an accident that he was deemed, the leader of the group, and that was just how it seems to work out, because of course his followers are a bit foaming at the mouth for him.
Overzealous.
Yeah,
they think he's like Jesus.
Yeah.
But they put it out the word because they think he's actually that strong, so he can stand their level. So it kind of makes sense how that went around, and instead of signing his death warrant, as he's deserved 1 billion times, he once again is going to escape and probably become the Pirate King at the end of this.
Yep. And yeah, so the biggest things we got from this whole section of the story of the chapter were the bounties for everybody, and obviously we found out how things kind of came to be, and this epitaph that Mihawk has of Marine Hunter. So we get a little bit more insight into his background and how he came to be who he is. So yeah, man. I first off, I didn't expect Crocodile's bounty to be as high as it was.
3 billion plus, you're correct.
No, Crocodile's was almost 2. He was like 1.9. Mihawk was 3.6, 3.5.
1.9 billion, so almost 2 billion.
Yeah.
And then 3.59 billion.
Yeah.
So Mihawk's higher bounty than Luffy right now.
Yeah, I mean, so is Buggy too. But yeah, weirdness all around. So yeah, Crocodile's bounty being so high, I guess he must have been doing some stuff behind the scenes.
Maybe he finally learned how to use hockey.
Yeah,
That's what seems to really hold him back, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, some people are speculating. I think it's probably just shading that when he came and destroyed the warships that were surrounding Empty Bluffs Island, that the sand was coated in hockey. But I think it was just shading. But it would be cool if he had like hockey sand. Basically, he's gotta at this point.
He has to. Like, there's no way he can chill with like other Logia types really, unless he has it. So again, I think him losing was just crazy. It was just a little step too far when it happened. But Crocodile finally at the level he probably was supposed to be at. Mihawk at 3 billion, so he's at Shanks' level. I think he's a little higher than Shanks, right?
Yeah.
And Buggy. Respect he deserves. I love it.
Yep.
Who is gonna try and challenge Buggy though? Because some pirates gonna want to go after him.
I was thinking that Weevil was gonna possibly be a part of this, and that would kind of be how he gets worked back into the story, because he's just been a big fucking question mark this entire time as to what his purpose is gonna be and how he's gonna affect everything.
Yeah, like maybe he'll come to collect like some lower marine bounties, and he'll be like, "Oh, you're worth 3 billion. Let me take on you or something."
Yeah. More than anything, I think this whole cross guild thing is a way to power scale Marines, because that's basically the bounty system purpose in general, is to kind of give you a scope and an idea of basically a person's power level. So, with Marines getting bounties now, we're going to kind of see, be able to scale them more appropriately. But yeah, didn't think Mihawk was going to be so high of a bounty. I mean, I guess it's not like, I'm not upset about it or anything. I mean, he is the greatest swordsman in the world, so that title has to come with some kind of clout, But yeah, that's a pretty insanely high bounty. Plus, I think it's probably the first instance we've seen of a Yonko subordinate having a higher bounty than his actual Yonko captain. So,
it's just that respect. They're like, maybe the Marines were like, we know this is a joke and we're just doing it. We can't even disrespect Mihawk like that, because he will come and kill us all. And I just don't want the smoke. So we're gonna have our laugh, but let's not take it too far, guys. This is still Mihawk.
Yeah, some people even speculate that the whole Shishibukai system might have been invented as a response to Mihawk. You're like, yo, dude,
this... Like, listen, he is on 1-2 million. Like, this is like Jordan of the Seas out here. We can't stop him. We gotta just pay him to stop. Can you pretty please stop being a pirate and killing us? Like, you win. You beat the system. You get a special title. Mm-hmm. He's like, all right, F it. I ain't got no one else to fight me. So, yeah, just all that shenanigans, and then we go to the final part of this week's chapter, which is, the revolutionaries getting introduced, which is, he's just giving and giving and giving. He's giving us more information we can handle. I didn't expect this for a minute. Like, I thought we'd work up to what happened there. Mm-hmm. But now we're having a little clearer picture of what happened at Mary Jo's. We understand that, at some point, Sabo got split off, so there is an actual question. It's not just the revolutionaries being like, oh no, it couldn't have happened this way. So we're going to get the information, just like they're going to get it. And maybe we have a couple more twists left to go, Maybe he did do it, but it was for a good reason.
Yeah, there's not so much information to digest here. I mean, I guess the most surprising thing about this little segment is Dragon's reaction about if Sabo actually killed King Cobra, that there's going to be a problem between the two of them, which I mean it kind of implies a bunch of things. It says what kind of relationship does Dragon and Sabo have? Are they not as close as we think? Does he not trust Sabo 100%? Is it there's a whole bunch of questions to be asked about this. This reaction that Dragon has, and for the record, I don't think Sabo killed Cobra in any real sense. If anything, probably it was Lucci on orders from higher on up.
That's my theory too. So you got the super murder monster machine over there. It's like, oh no, it wasn't me. Blood dripping off his claws. I don't know who did it. I think it was Sabo. It was the flame guy. It's like, there's a bunch of puncture holes all over this guy. I think his flames are sharp. His flames got really sharp, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, my money is on Rob Lucci for sure. But maybe there's gonna be maybe Sabo is under the influence of something. Can't really guess though. It could be the hypnotized fruit or something gets introduced next week. We don't know.
Maybe.
Also, what do you think of the Marines tracking this call? So now they have a bead on where Dragon foes or Dragon Company are going to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird. Like, I mean, if they know where I don't know. The forces are spread thin, so it's like, can they really marshal, the forces to go and fight the Revolutionary Army on the Kamabaka Kingdom or Queendom? You know what I mean?
Well, who are they going to fight now? Do you think Luffy's target number one? Like, it seems like they got a bunch of wars and decisions to make on all fronts. They're getting assaulted everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
no, 100%.
I know who will move is going to be interesting.
This is the issue I feel like the Marines are facing. So you have revolutions occurring throughout the One Piece world. So there's uprisings in different countries, and they have to put attention and forces towards that. And then they need to have a force to defend the Celestial Dragons, especially given that there was an infiltration on Mary Joie, and they're probably not feeling safe right now. So that has to be another issue that they deal with. Then they have these new Yonko people. They have the Cross Guild hunting Marines. They have, so not even just Marine hunt. I'm sure like part of their unease is like they can't even just go place to place and feel safe once they camp in a base. Like, there's probably regular citizens like kind of eyeballing them like, I don't know, maybe I should try to snatch up that bounty or something, you know what I mean? So there's so many different directions that
variables going on.
Yeah,
all that paints a picture of a desperate navy, and I think this leads Akaino into maybe trying to pull a ancient weapon, to stop this pirate scourge. Only the weapon of justice will, this man bombed a whole island, so it would not shock me if he's got his eye on maybe Pluton or something like that. Maybe like that's why they killed Cobra, maybe because they knew the weapon was in Alabasta or something, or they need the information. So who's to say? I think that this is leading, I think the big thing is the Marines are going to try and get a weapon to wipe out everybody. That's going to be their big thing.
Yeah, I feel like they have to be a force that can contend with everything that's going on and make them still relevant, honestly. Because, the Marines don't look great, honestly. Like, they seem outclassed a lot by...
Green Bull just got, shitted on by Red Hair, so...
Yeah.
I think he's supposed to be one of the top three. I'm not saying that, because Kizaru in that same position would have done the same. I'm thinking maybe only Aokiji could have, stood his ground and been like, alright, let's fight. Maybe... I
don't even know if Kizaru would have, because Kizaru was telling Akainu before, yo, you want me to go deal with these people in Wano? Send me over there, you know what I mean? I think Green Bull is probably the weakest of the admirals. He seems more like a younger guy and, more impetuous and less combat-wise than the other guys. That's the impression I get anyway.
So you got really, Akaino and Fujitora really as your lead guys, but you're still pretty outclassed by the number of pirates that are still at a pretty high level.
Yeah.
So it's a big gap they got to make up for. So I really do think that their solution is going to be the weapons. Maybe this takes us back to Water 7 because they do think that Iceberg still has those plans. Maybe it's a way to bring those guys back.
Maybe.
Who knows? Many options in front of us.
Yeah. So let's get into some speculation, next chapter theories, long-term theories, whatever you want to call it. Where do you think we're going from here?
So Sabo's gonna be like, it was me. Cobra looked at me weird, and I just flame blasted him. Pow pow pow. No. Obviously, they're gonna kibble. I think most of this chapter is gonna be recollecting the battle and what happened at Mary Jo, and then the end is gonna show what happened with Cobra, and that'll be the big reveal. It'll be all that. So we're gonna get to see what really happened, and that's my big prediction just for next week.
Yeah, I think we're gonna. I agree. I think we're gonna continue into more of this revolutionary stuff. We're gonna pick up with there, get more of this conversation. I think we're gonna have a scene where Marines dealing with Marine hunters. I kind of actually picture Smoker more than anything. Smoker, I feel like I picture a scene of him trashing a bunch of low-level bounty hunters and Tashigi, and they're gonna get some insight into what's going on with them and what they're doing.
He's gonna hit up Hina, and they're gonna have a conversation because this is bestie.
Yeah. So we'll get something like that to get some kind of insight into the state of the world and what the Marines are dealing with. and I think there's a real chance we get some Blackbeard stuff. Because this to me is like the check-in point. And maybe at the end of the chapter, for next chapter, the Straw Hats are pulling up on whatever island they're going to next. I hope so. That'd be pretty dope. But yeah, and then it's gonna be like, because I get the impression that Oda does big things for like even numbered chapters. So 1060 will be like kicking off the Straw Hats on whatever new island they're at. But we'll get like a sneak peek right at the end of 1059 of where they're going. So yeah, it's more.
I was thinking the big thing would be like I'm imagining Sabo's like reveal of who killed Cobra, like the last page, and it was Saint Marigold. You know, like one of the freaking Tenryubi beat with his hands through his heart, like it was me the whole time. Doubtful it was them. Although they do have guns, actually.
I don't think any of the Tenryubi are doing any kind of real damage to anybody. I think they just told them because
shoot someone in the head and it has an effect.
King Riku and King Cobra had questions to ask, so they were asking the wrong questions to the wrong people, and this I think set the 5 elder stars on a. Yeah, Gandhi wasn't having it, so he put the hit out on him. But yeah, that's the truth of what I think happened, and yeah, that's more or less where I think we're going. So yeah,
those are my theories for the short term. The long term, I mean, I don't know. We are gearing up to some heavy stuff though, and I'm ready for it. Oh my god, out of Wano, a world full of possibilities. You know, it's exciting. I'm ready. Just give me more.
Do you think Kuma's gonna get his personality back?
Maybe one day, like he'll be used for a fight. He'll be like, oh, I remember, and it's like a revolutionary breakthrough. He's gonna pimp slap someone like across the world or something. I could definitely see it. It'll be a match. Oda's gonna make me feel things. It'll be like all his memories of his life and his, break from freedom, liberation, and ultimate. It'll be awesome. That's my prediction for that.
Yeah, some people even speculate that the way he was talking to Dragon, like maybe he's like some people say maybe Dragon was a celestial dragon at some point, and that's why he's talking to him that way, like recognizing him as like some kind of master or something. I don't know. I think maybe it's a slight reach, but I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I thought I saw another translation that one of the guys had reprogrammed it, but I don't see it in this one, so I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I think that's pretty much it. Anything else you want to say about this chapter, or anything else going forward?
No, it was good stuff all around. Solid chapter, great entry, lots of information, which I love. Love to see the comings and goings of the One Piece world and how it's all tying together. It's building the masterpiece. And as always, seeing Luffy get the shit beat out of him by Nami, it's just chef's kiss.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's underappreciated, but those like moments of the crew like hanging out and just doing their thing together and the way they interact with each other is very wholesome, very, very. I don't know. I love those moments. I appreciate those times where they're just chilling and doing their thing together.
It's that solid family shit. Yeah, just top tier, can't be beat. But yeah, and it shows the contrast between the joy there and then the fear and the nightmare and the darkness and the cross guild. I love the contrast.
Yeah.
And then you get the scheme of the Revolutionary Army and seeing where that's going. But we'll see.
Yeah, man. Alright, guys, so on that note, we are going to peace out. But before we do that, I just want to say one more time, please like and subscribe. And, you have anything you want to mention, any comments, any questions, maybe something we might have missed or something you want us to particularly talk about, feel free to say something down below. And on that note, I am Log Zero.
I'm Rev.
And we'll see you next time. Peace.